Well, we are now officially in baseball season as we welcome in Matt Melzak. We'll see him every Monday right here to break down the Toledo Mud Hens. And Matt, opening weekend, we got all 3 games in. That's the most important part.
Yeah, you know what? And we had some great crowds, too. I think, especially when you look at the opening day crowd of almost 11,000, you know, it was great to see baseball back. And, hey, you know what? The Mud Hens had a winning month already. 1-0 in the month of March.
We just now need to get the rest of the season have winning records, as they did have that opening day victory. Anthony Iapoce, his first managerial job, comes out with a first victory. We had a chance to speak with him last week. Impressed with Anthony Iapoce as a baseball mind and what he's going to bring as the Mud Hen skipper.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed talking with him, and I think he's going to be a joy to chat with over the course of the season as well, and kind of see how he develops as a manager, because as you mentioned, it's his first time being a manager, and it's a different mindset completely as a manager, because you have, in his case, Doug Bockler handling that pitching staff. You've got Mike Hessman handling the hitters. So now it's you need to instruct them and overlook them on what they're doing, and that's a different role that he's going to have to get accustomed to. I know it's one he's excited for, and you know, we'll see how he evolves as a manager over the course of the season. It's going to be kind of a neat little storyline here to have someone with really no managerial experience to be that guy. It's going to be interesting to watch him grow, really.
Right, and he's talked about how he was very conscious in the spring of not stepping on Mike Hessman's toes. He pretty much stayed out of batting cages because he didn't want to step on Mike Hessman's toes. Mike Hessman back with the Mud Hens. So you've got 2 guys with a very deep background in hitting on the same staff.
Yeah, you certainly do. And obviously, if Anthony Iapoce is needed, if Mike Hessman comes to him and says, hey, you know, I want your opinion on this, he'll give it to him. But I think it'll be interesting to watch, because now he's got to look at the other side, too. He needs to talk with Doug Bockler and the pitching staff. But you got a guy in Doug Bockler's in his 3rd year with the Mud Hens. The Tigers trust him in development of their pitchers. And so Anthony Iapoce is going to do the same thing. I think it's going to be a fun dynamic to watch as it unfolds over the course of the year.
You mentioned Doug Bockler. Iapoce and Bockler go way back. In fact, they were teammates together with the Albuquerque Isotopes. So those guys are Isotopes and Mud Hens, 2 of the all-time great nicknames in minor league baseball. Now, last week we talked about Austin Meadows. He did not fail to disappoint. Good opening weekend for one of the hot prospects in the Tigers organization.
Yeah, Parker Meadows.
Austin's brother.
Right. But
which Austin had a good weekend for the Tigers as well.
He did. So, yes, Parker Meadows did as well. I mean, he's a guy that I think you got to keep an eye on, because his stock is probably rising now. It kind of, he was sitting in the middle of that Tigers prospect group, you know, if you're looking at top 30 charts. You know, as long as he continues to produce, he's got all the world, all the talent, you know, that in front of him. So, you know, he's a guy who could certainly make some waves, because if they continue to perform, they might get that look at the Tigers level.
One guy we don't expect to stay in Toledo very long is Tyler Nevin. He came down Friday morning, oblique strain, rehab assignment, came down from the Tigers, spent most of the last couple seasons with the Baltimore Orioles at the major league level, and the son of Phil Nevin, former Mud Hens manager, he had a fantastic opening weekend. He's familiar with Fifth Third Park. He kind of grew up playing around here.
You know what? I can remember seeing him a few times when Phil had him in town and was managing the Toledo Mud Hens, and Phil, of course, now the manager of the Los Angeles Angels. So, you know, Tyler, he's going to get a look for the Tigers. He was having a very good spring before he got injured. They could use a power bat. It's pretty clear, especially with their struggles to score runs this weekend in Tampa. So when he's ready to go, he's going to get a look for the Tigers. They're going to put in a power bat and see if he can run into some homers.
And now the grind begins for the Hens. They're on the road this week, 6 games in Omaha.
Yeah, in Omaha, out to a good start over the course of this weekend. They'll have their home opener on Tuesday, taking on the Hens, and of course 6 straight there in Omaha. We'll see Alex Faedo probably getting the nod on Tuesday to get the series started.
Yeah, might not recognize Alex Faedo. He's got the long hair now. But it'll be fun to see what Faedo does. Another one of those guys who doesn't want to be in Toledo long. He's working to get his way back up to the major league level. I want to thank Matt Melzak, the voice of the Toledo Mud Hens, as well as this little walleye. We'll hear from Matt on the fish a little bit later on this week.